Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me this morning. We're into June already, halfway through the year almost. Today we're going to do this triple layered card. It's one of the cards that I did at my retreat back in May, a few weeks ago now. And I thought it'd be a nice simple one for us to do today. Just as you can see, it's got 3 layers on it. Just before we start, I'll just go through a couple of things. If you're interested in joining my large Facebook group, which is where all the PDFs for these cards and more will be, and also other PDFs that I do on my lives. I do a live every Saturday morning. That's group's called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. If you request to join the group, just be sure you find the 2 questions there are to join. One is why you want to join the group, and the other is that you agree to the rules. If you can't find them on the device you're on, say you're on your phone or something, and you don't see the questions, go to a different device, either your PC or an iPad, something else, and to find the questions. I will send you a decline notice if the questions aren't answered. So all the tutorials for these are in that group. The channel today, if you're watching me, it's called Creative Gems, and love you to subscribe. If you could give me a like as well, if you enjoy the video that I'm doing. I've also got a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. There is just all the cards that I do. Ever since I've started card making, I've created that group, and it's a page. There's just outlines of designs and stuff in there that you can do. There's no tutorials or anything in there. So all that said, I shall put that away as it gets in the road a little bit. We shall start with this today, and as usual I have prepped a lot of my stuff. These are the measurements for the card. These will be in the description box of this video. There's no instructions in here. They will be in my Craft Room Tips and Tutorials group. These are just the measurements for the card that you'll need, and I'll go through them with you. I've cut all my pieces and prepped a lot. As you can see, there's 3 layers here. The first base is 5 7/8 by 5 3/8. That's that one there. I'm doing a different colour and everything today. This colour, I don't mind the green, but I'm not a real fan of oranges and things. But we did that one for the retreat. That's that first piece, and I'll show you where to cut and score that in a minute. The second base is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. These are all the pieces you'll need. And the third base is 4 1/8 by 2 3/8. There's no scoring on that. It'll just have a mat on the top. That's this bottom piece here. The mat for my first base, that's the one inside here, which is the green mat in there. That one around there, and then the white on top. It measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and that's the blue one there. Then we've got the white piece, which, oh, excuse me, I've partially embossed the top. I'll just have a mouthful of water before I keep going. So the basic white mat on top of that blue is 5 3/8 by 3 5/8, and I've partially embossed the top with this folder here, which is called Distressed Tile. It went with the paper, nicely with the paper that I'm using this morning. And I partially embossed that down 1.5 inches. So if you just put a little pencil mark either side and then partially emboss that, all you do is put that part, the top section in your folder, and leave this bottom section hanging out so it doesn't get embossed as well, because that's your writing panel. I've also done a strip that will go on that. That's down the bottom there. That measures 3 5/8 by 3 3/4 inch. That's that one. And then the DSP no, we're here. Mat for my second base is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, which is this light blue one here. That's boho blue. That's that one. And the DSP on that is this piece here, second base. Oh, we've got a couple of pieces here. This will go on the top of this, as you can see there. That's the mat. And then an embossed piece on the bottom, which I have chosen this piece. No, it's this piece, sorry. I'll get back to this. That one will be on there. And I think I've got this. That one goes on there. So that's embossed in the same folder. That's the second mat. There, DSP second. So it's this piece here, 3 5/8 by 2 1/8, and the DSP on the top is 3 5/8 by 1 3/8. That's those three pieces. And then the mat for the top, which is the third base, which is that one there. It is 3 7/8 by 2 1/8, and that's embossed as well. And then I've got some scrap cardstock for greetings and decorations. I'll show you my decorations in a minute. I've struggled to find something nice to put on this, but I worked it out in the end, and I'll show you that in a minute. And we've got some embellishments as well. So we shall go ahead and do this. We'll start with these first two here. This is the back one and the middle one. You're going to score the first base. I'll get my trimmer out. Still got a piece of DSP in there from the last project. We'll go this way. And you want your short side at the top. And you're going to score at 1 1/4. I'm going to push it around this way so it's easier to see. So we're in 1 1/4 inches, and I've already scored it, but I'll just show you. So you go 1 1/4 down there. Then with your pencil, and I've marked this, you go in from your score line there. You measure down one. Where am I? We'll do the second base as well while we're here. So this one here, and we're going in 1 1/4 again on the long side. That one there was on the short side because this is your long side here. This one here is on the long side, so you're going that way in from 1 1/4. So that's that line down there. That's all the scoring you will need to do. Now the first base on the 5 7/8 side and the score line at the top. So I've got it here. We're going to cut actually down. I'll just get my ruler and show you. So that's my score line there. And we're going from the score line down 1 3/4. Is it 3/4? Yes, 1 3/4 inches down there on the side. And I've put a pencil mark there. So you're going to cut that piece off on that side. So if you put this in your trimmer, put your score line in the track there and move this around so that the pencil mark is in the centre of the track. Just keep moving it until you get both pieces in your track. And I think that's about right there. You want to, especially this one up here, you need to get it directly in that, on that score line. Otherwise it's going to not look nice and neat at the top. So that one there. And we shall cut that off like so. And then the same with this one. Down 1 3/4. I'll do it on here instead of my ruler. So I've marked down to 1 3/4 there on that long side, and then with the short side at the top, well, not the short side at the top, put your, I'll fold on that score line there, put the score line in the track there and over to here where the pencil line is, lining them on both up so that they're in the track. I'm just trying to get them nice and neat. And then we shall cut that little section off. And that's all that's wasted on that. So that's all our cutting. I'll just rub out my pencil lines there. You don't need to rule a pencil line straight down. I did just for guidance, but so long as you get the 1 3/4 mark lined up in your track, you'll be fine. So that's that one. And this one will give them a good burnish with the bone folder in a minute. So those two will lay on each other. And the third one, which is down under here, that will come in on the top. These go on top of each other. And that one goes there. I'll just burnish those two, nice and crisp so that they're nice and flat. And then it's just a matter of having all your pieces cut and assemble. So this one, we can do all this first, join all these together. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back. If I flip this over, and we only want adhesive, I'm going to mark this here on the back piece. I don't want adhesive any higher than that, so I'm going to come down a little bit. You don't even need to mark it. If you just come down a little bit from the end of your cut here, just come down a little bit with your adhesive. You could put it on the back of this, but then I'm not sure how far over I'm going to go. It's easier to do it on this piece here. We'll just get our liquid glue. I'm using liquid glue because I want a little bit of movement that I can. I'll just clean that off a little bit. It's sort of blocked up a bit. All good. Haven't used this tube pot for a while. I've come down quite a bit underneath that cut line. Then we can line this up along that score line there and even with the bottom, nice and straight, like so. And when you fold that in, just make sure that's nice and level along there. And then this one will come in on top of here. And we'll do the same thing with the glue. I'll open it out so I don't get glue on the wrong part. So just go down underneath that little cut line there at the bottom point of it and put some glue on that. Then butt that up against your score line and level with the bottom. It should come level with that cut straight through there. Getting it nice and straight. Fold that back in and just run your finger down there so it's nice and even. I have that bird outside. I had a bird the other week outside my window. Oh, he's just gone. He was sitting on my clothesline outside. That's a bit freakish. That happened the other week with the bird sitting on the line. So that's our 3 layers. I'll just where that cut line is there. It's if you've got where you've cut, the back side of your cut line sometimes is a raised edge. You can push it out with your bone folder to get it nice and smooth. So that's the base of your card. Then all we have to do is decorate. I shall put the back piece on first, which is this mat here and this white piece here. We shall glue these down. I'll use liquid glue on all of this today just for quickness. I sometimes use snail, sometimes use tape. I don't have a preference for anything. I prefer any of them. So that's the mat on that one. We'll put all the mats together first before we put them on the card. So that's that one. The middle one is this one. Just making, yeah, that's correct. See, I've got alternate patterns, so the alternate colours, so make sure you've got the right colour on the right piece. This is our centre mat. gives you a nice 1/8 inch border all the way around, like so. Bit of DSP on the top. This paper is Mediterranean Blooms, it's called, and it's got the lemons and oranges on the back. I wasn't sure what to decorate it with, and then it hit me at the back. Use the lemons or oranges. I had to fussy cut a few, but it worked out nicely, and I think it's going to look okay when I'm finished. So that's my centre panel, and this one went on the bottom of this. This is my piece of DSP on this one. I didn't get the stamp set that goes with this, so I was a bit limited to what to decorate it with. My glue is just clogging up a bit this morning. Doesn't like the weather. Just clean it out. Might even get another one in a minute. This will annoy me. We'll get another one. I've got an old, bigger one that I had from a while ago. This one should be okay. When we get it to go, all good. A little bit more along there. So I think it's almost empty. So I've got my embossed piece at the top there, and this little strip just goes down the bottom just to decorate it a little bit. That's the top one, and then this bottom one comes in down here, and I've got some decorations to put on that, so we can put all those inside the card. The girls loved, we had 10 projects at our retreat over 2 days. That they were all fancy fold cards with a couple of boxes we did. So I thought I would do some videos showing how each of them are put together. This is one of the easier ones that we had. Just make sure you've got your embossed piece up the top, because it will show at the top when you close your card up. This one will go in on the second panel, and I've got the DSP at the top of this one. Next time I'll make sure I've got enough glue out. I'll try another one. I think that one's almost empty. I've got lots of spares. I just think this one's got a little bit in it. I need to refill. I do this one here I'm doing. Now we're right. And the DSP will go to the bottom. No, sorry, go to the top. Nearly oopsed it. DSP on the top of this one, and the embossed piece at the bottom. As you can see here, we've got some decoration on those. That's that one, and then this one, look, it's embossed as well. You could use DSP all the way through on this if you wish. Doesn't need to be. I like to do a bit of embossing panels as well. Just gives you another layer of texture to do. That one will go on there. Nicely lined up. Nice and straight. That's the beauty of using liquid glue. So that's the base of our card. Now, my greeting, I have done two, like these are the decal circle dies. I've used 2 of those to do my greeting. The stamp set I used is from, the stamp I used is from this one, So Sincere. Hope you're feeling better soon. Made it into a sort of a get well card. And I've got that. I fussy cut these little flowers, and I've fussy cut quite a few off the paper. out of the paper. And I've also fussy cut this lemon out of the paper. Just have another water. This lemon I'm going to put down in here. It'll fit nicely in there. I did have it that way so it doesn't hang out over the edges. That will go on there, and I'm going to put some of these up here like so. We'll just scatter them around up there, and I think this one, I think I'm going to put it in on the bottom underneath that one. This part here I'll put up on some dimensionals. I've also got some embellishments to put on the little flowers at the top. So we'll just put some of these on the back. I do like my dimensionals to give you another layer up. This is not a very thick card. It does fit in a standard, the Stampin' Up envelopes. I'm not sure what page they're on. They're a C6 envelope. Fits neatly into one of those. Pop that on there. I'll open it up, and I'm going to put my lemon in here flat. So I don't want bulk inside. Won't close properly. I should have my silicone mat, which is right next to me here, but I'm just going to shape that around so that it doesn't hang out too much. I'll just move it down a fraction. Whoops. Needs a little bit more glue on the tip there. And down here, just to hold it all down. And the extra little flower out the side here, just to break up the colour. This is the back side of the Mediterranean. Well, I call it the back side. The main side I call is the side that I like best. So I like the blue side best, and this is the back side with the lemons. So that's that one there. Then we've got these three to pop in up the top. I will get my silicone mat out because I feel I'm going to get glue everywhere. These are so tiny. They weren't too hard to cut. Put one up there. I like to scatter so that they're not even in a row. I've got some lemon lolly embellishments to put on as well. This one's quite quick to assemble once you get all your pieces cut. There's not a lot of pieces to worry about. I think I'll put this one over this way. Scattered around up the top there. And that's pretty much it, except for a few embellishments. And I've got these. These are they're online. What are they called? Sequins. Adhesive back shiny sequins. There's lemon lime twist, pumpkin pie, lemon lolly, and melon mambo. They're the four colours. I'm going to use the lemon lolly. And just get my pick tool, and I'll just use these little ones because they're only little flowers. I'm just going to give it a bit of sparkle in the middle of the flowers. Like that. And one on the greeting. That's still got its stick. And I'm going to do these two in here because these sequins are quite flat. They're not got bulk sitting up on them. So we'll put a couple on those as well to sparkle it up a little bit. And that's my card for today. I prefer that one to the first one, but each to his own. That's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Love to give it a go if you'd give it a go. Don't forget to join my Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials page, and If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, would love you to do so. Give me the thumbs up for today's card if you liked what I did. And I shall catch you all again next Monday morning. Have a lovely week. Bye for now.